An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Let's go, let's go, get set. Snap.
They're going to look to throw. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. The screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be fourth down. So they are going to call on Dan Bailey here. His career long is 56 yards done in Seattle. This will be from 56 yards out. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a scoreless game. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it. That's what you're looking for.
On second down, here's Fournette. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. 27 yards there, a first down. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Josh Lambo now for the point after. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. And Lambo now after the touchdown. He'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll have a first down past the 40. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. I don't think that was a blitz, was it?
No, not at all. I mean, there was no blitz called on the play. Had other responsibilities, but he saw an opportunity, saw a path, and he took it.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Lets it fly for Thielen. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. The Vikings on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be third and forever. He'll look to throw. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. He's got daylight, the 30. Touchdown, Vikings. Robbie Anderson. His 4th touchdown on the year as they are now on the board here in the first half. And they got the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go. First and 10.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. A run there on first down gets 3 up to the 28. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Throwing on second down now, Minshew. Howard has the first down and then some. And all the way up to the 45-yard line. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down.
70, Indy.
First down, Jacksonville.
Fournette, a first down carry. And some space here. 20, 10. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes the score 14-7. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminating touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Cook. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Check.
On first down, Cook. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
2nd and 3. Incomplete to Anderson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 33. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Now back to throw. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Back to the ground. Cook. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed a big hit for a loss. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. They'll look to throw here. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Here's Minshew. Open man is Howard, the tight end. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Go! 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Go!
Throwing on first down is Minshew. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Intended for DJ Chark. Incomplete. Harrison Smith on the coverage.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, exit. Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Switch up.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Minshew throwing on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Here we go. Set. 60 Pittsburgh. 56, right there, 56. Stay with your man. Bang, bang. Protein spill. Ready?
They run it again with Cook. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Back to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working.
80 weapon. Watch the safety creep. Snap.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times. And this is taken in at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Sometimes the one-handed catches are unnecessary, but he was trying to ward off the defender with the other, so maybe that was just a good play.
So that tells you that not only do they imagine those types of catches, they actually work on them with defenders jostling them in order to keep their concentration and haul it in.
He'll look to throw, and down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Josh Allen. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Hard. Check. Crunch.
They'll look to throw. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of...
Now the defense loses him. It's complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big 3rd down play there for the Jags. 55 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. Now Minshew. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. From the gun, Minshew to throw. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on. This from 54 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. They're going to get 9 here on 1st down as he gets this one up to the 34-yard line. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. 2nd and 1. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 29. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Oh, that's about as tough as they come. You're driving to try to put the ball in the end zone and tie the game, and that happens.
It's exciting for us, wasn't it? Because we were thinking, hey, we might be headed towards overtime. Instead, it looks like this one may very well be done. And guess what? If you're a fantasy owner and you have that defense, you just had a big, big game, didn't you?
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. This quarterback now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. They run the counter with Cook. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Check 6-6, pull it high. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch it.
2nd and 15. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Back to throw here. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, Charlie. 44 Mike, 44 Mike. Check
Looking to throw. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Cassius Marsh in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. They'll set up a throw. It's caught inside the 25. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. Hurry, hurry. Ready.
They'll set up to throw. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Again, it's Fournette. Boy, tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
Hey, wahoo! Get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. 58 to Mike. 58 to Mike.
Minshew, 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Minshew sets to throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Anthony Zettel popping in for the sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A little bit of daylight on that first down run. Sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
Bravo.
Back to throw. And he finds Cook.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
They'll look to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Jags take over in terrific field position.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh. 58 to Mike. Come to my work. Yeah. Come to my work. Out. Ready?
Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
QB's trash. Let's go. Protein spill.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. The open man is Westbrook. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Call it a gain of 5 as they move the sticks.
A gain of 5. First down, Jacksonville.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Jacksonville, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll sink now to 0-4. And fortunately for them, they'll have the early bye next week as they return to action in Week 6. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.